G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for a quick summary video of today's Crate Entertainment livestream with Zantai. The two broad topics discussed were patch 1.2, which will be on the beta section in Steam probably before you're watching this video, but as of the current moment it's not active. And also, Crate Entertainment are proud to announce the third Grim Dawn expansion titled Fangs of Asterkarn, and they expect it to launch sometime in 2024. So as you can see, I'm showing you footage of the Asterkarn Road because there's no actual footage or even screenshots of the new expansion just yet. It's still under construction, but they are announcing it is on the way. So first up, let's discuss the expansion. A lot of what I'm going to be discussing today is going to be free stuff that we're getting. But Fangs is a paid expansion. So in Fangs of Asterkarn, we'll travel to the west of the Asterkarn Valley to help the Karn tribe with some problems they're having. Zentai said that the expansion area is likely going to be a bit larger than the Forgotten Gods expansion, but as it's not finished yet, it could get smaller or it could get larger. Fangs of Asterkarn is going to be a side content-like expansion similar to Forgotten Gods. There will be a new NPC that shows up in Fort Icon to tell you all about it and presumably offer to take you there, although you may just walk off the side of the map. Whenever you feel like going, and that's important. It's not going to be a continuation after Ashes of Malmo. It's going to be more like Forgotten Gods, where you kind of go, alright, I'm ready, let's go, and then you just go there. You will have to obviously have unlocked up to Fort Icon in order to find the scout though. Right, so feature list for the expansion. The big one is we are getting a 10th mastery. It's called the Berserker. The Berserker is going to be a melee magic specialist with a side of shapeshifting that focuses on bleed and cold damage. Yes, you heard correctly, shapeshifting. Zantai has confirmed 2 different animals, but didn't say which ones, and he didn't limit it to 2 either. It kind of sounded like they have 2 already and there may be more. So I'm guessing it's going to be bear and wolf, but as he didn't specify, and since there's a mammoth featured prominently on the art he showed us, well, we'll just have to wait and see. The only detail we got confirmed about the new class, other than it's a melee cold bleeding shapeshifting class, is that one of the 10 new mastery combinations is going to be named the Dreadblade, which I'm assuming is going to be a Nightblade combination, but he didn't say. We're also getting a new game mode called Ascendant. This was described as a veteran-like difficulty increase for ultimate difficulty. It will come with increased danger and increased rewards, and it's basically going to be a toggle similar to veteran. Zentai said if you're playing on endgame now and you're enjoying it, this will be more of the same in terms of difficulty, but it'll be in the campaign, so you can probably expect Shattered Realm 75-ish level difficulty, though that's speculation on my behalf. So we're getting 1 new enemy faction and 1 new friendly faction, with all the bells and whistles you would expect from that. We're getting 2 new nemesis for the new enemy faction, as well as expanding all of the old factions, so Order of Death's Vigil, Kaiman's Chosen, all of the old ones, to bring their nemesis monsters up to 2 each. Another feature mentioned was 30 new waves on Crucible with extra loot. We're also getting a Shattered Realm expansion with new boss arenas and a loot expansion. So loot is now going to be awarded all the way to Shattered Realm 90. We're also obviously getting a whole new DLC worth of extra loot and items with 10 new mastery combinations to add gear for, and there'll be some new stuff for older masteries as well, no doubt. Continuing with items, we're getting crafting options similar to the Grim Dawn Community League. We're going to be able to re-roll item affixes as well as generate new item seeds. So in theory, if you had unlimited resources, you could spend a pile of bits and crafting ingredients, or whatever the cost is going to be, and you could re-roll your item until you had that perfectly rolled triple rare item you've been wanting forever. We're getting some modifiers on our potions as well. So if you want to shorten the cooldown on your healing potion, or maybe you want it to heal more, there's probably going to be options for those as well. They have confirmed you will be able to add modifiers to healing potions and energy potions. Another crafting overhaul is the relics. It looks like we're going to be able to upgrade old relics from tier 3 up to tier 1, or tier 1 up to tier 3, whichever way you want to go. But basically it means if there's a really basic, like a tier 1 relic that you can craft very early in the game, it might have a proc that you really like, but then the tier 3 or tier 1, whatever's highest, the high level purple ones, might not have that proc available. From what Xantai was saying, it does look like we're going to be able to upgrade the lower quality relics to the purple quality relics and keep the basic effects and procs and maybe get some extra stuff added on. And the crafting of relics was also mentioned to be one of the things that's going to be overhauled. I don't think any specifics were mentioned, but it did sound like they were going to make crafting the transcendent relics into less steps. So at present, crafting a transcendent relic can take half an hour just because, oh, I didn't realize I had to go and get this particular MI to make this relic, so then I can make this relic, and then I can make that relic, and then finally turn it into the... All of that is being streamlined. Details were a little bit thin, but it is being smoothed out a bit. They're adding 2 new roguelite dungeons. The Xantai said they would not be available at launch. They will be available as a free download at some point afterwards if you have the DLC. Fangs of Asterkarn will not feature a level cap increase, so level 100 will remain the level cap. As far as patch 1.2, Xantai said it would be available for testing after the stream, so by the time you're listening to this, it's most likely already available. I checked before I started recording this, it's not currently available, but by the time this goes live, it's probably going to be available. It will only be available for Steam users though, so sorry good old games players. The feature list that Xantai went through for patch 1.2 was basically what we're expecting based on the new things post, but I'll go over that again anyway. First up, there've been a pruning of affixes. Something like 60% of affixes were either taken out or he left 60% in, I can't remember which, but either way a large portion of those affixes are gone. Auras and buffs are on by default, and you can't turn them off. So if you put points into an aura, it's active. You can't put points into more than one exclusive skill anymore either. So basically, you don't need a second hotbar, similar to this one that I have. All those buffs, they're just on. And you don't need to turn them on every time you log in. You will need to summon your pets when you log in, as they are not permanent buffs. But you won't need to do auras and such. Major bosses that have MIs, so think about like Krieg, will drop one of those MIs every time you kill them. For bosses like Krieg, where he has 2 MIs, he's going to be 50-50, so you'll either get one or the other. Xantai didn't say if there would be a chance to get both, but there currently is, so I'm assuming there's a chance. He did say this was only for the green MIs, so you're not going to be getting Magi rings every single time through the court. And Alchemos still isn't giving you his purple rings either. There's been a HUD overhaul. Potions are no longer items, so these 2 hotbar slots are going away as well. But potions or tonic of mending, elixir of spirit, these will no longer exist. You will no longer have to waste huge amounts of your inventory space carrying them around. For me, huge amounts is 2 slots, but someone was saying on the live stream that they used upwards of 10 slots for their potions. I'm not sure why anyone needs that many, but regardless, they are no longer going to be an item. There is going to be 3 little buttons, 1, 2, and 3, just here. On the left will be your healing potion, on the right will be your energy potion, and in the middle, they didn't have graphics for it yet, but everybody is getting a dodge move. So for people playing on the base game, that's just going to be a kind of a quick dash, and for people playing with Forgotten Gods, you'll be using the current augments that give you a movement skill will be used to upgrade this, and Xantai was very coy about what is going to be replacing those augments on your medal. He didn't say, but I'm assuming there's going to be something. UI option changes also include the options to disable the day-night cycle. You can disable fog. You can display the cooldown timers on your skills here. So when I use Electra's Flash Freeze here, you'll see that little grey circle go around it. That's an option for one way you can have to show it. The other way is you can opt to have that just be a number. So there'll be a big number in the middle and it'll be counting down 5, 4, 3, 2, etc. So that's a cool option. There's going to be new visuals and icons for MIs. So when an MI drops on the floor, currently, let's say you're dropping, oh look, a triple rare dropped. This will drop here. It will have an icon over here with 2 green diamonds because it's a double rare. There's a different icon for if it's an MI as well, and is a third icon if it's a double rare MI, or I believe some people call them triple rares. This item would have a green beam coming up from it, and also would play a sound upon falling on the floor. And it's the same deal for epic items. They will have a blue beam and play a sound, and legendary items will have a purple beam and play a sound as well. So if you drop a lot of really nice items on the floor, you can have quite a light show. Difficulty scaling is going to be changed as well. You'll now be able to play all the way to level 100 on normal difficulty, which should make getting your level 100 hardcore achievement a grindy but also quite easy process. Higher difficulties will still reward better loot, by which I assume he means more drops or better chances for rare affixes, or higher tier drops. Basically more legendary and epic items is what I assume by that. Pets are going to default to aggressive when you summon them. So no more logging in, summoning all your pets, turning all your buffs on, and then right-clicking each individual major pet and changing it to aggressive. That's all gone. The pets will have to be summoned, but the buffs no longer need to be toggled on, and the pets will be summoned as aggressive, and you will have to change them to something else if you want that. Xantai specifically called out skeletons and said there are no changes. Skeletons apparently were already on aggressive, but I'm not exactly sure what that means because they certainly didn't act like it. Their leash range is incredibly short compared to the other pets, and I was working under the assumption that they defaulted to normal aggression levels because the defensive aggression tells your pets to stay near you, shortens their leash range. Then normal extends it a little bit further, and aggressive extends it all the way to the end of the screen-ish. Whereas skeletons were kind of stuck on kind of middle of the screen aggro range, whereas your other pets would aggro sort of right out to here. I don't know that I agree with that, but that's what he's saying is going to happen. So your skeletons will still stand around and do nothing while your other pets are at the edge of your screen getting mulched by the horde of enemies that your skeletons are busy ignoring. The Arcane modifier is being changed to disable your buffs. Rather than dispelling them, they will simply be turned off for a period of time. Xantai did say this is currently set at 5 seconds and then your buffs will reactivate. I'm kind of okay with this. I did say initially when I read that it was going to be 2 seconds, I did say that basically they may as well remove Arcane Monsters at that point. 5 seconds seems a little more reasonable. The Arcane Monsters have an updated visual, so they're going to be damn near impossible to miss. They also play a very loud noise when they launch that Arcane orb that's going to dispel you. If you're getting dispelled by these, you screwed up several times. So that's the deal with the Arcane Monsters. I'm sure there were some other features that I either missed while I was frantically typing, taking notes, or that haven't been announced yet, but that was my list of notes for Fangs of Asterkarn and patch 1.2. Now it's 5:48 and 20 seconds AM on a work day. So I'm going to go get my half an hour of sleep before work, And I'll see you tonight for what I hope will be the first Grim Dawn 1.2 beta playtest video. So thank you all very much for watching. Super hyped about a new expansion. So yeah, I'll see you in the next video. See you tonight, and bye for now.